and I dropped, boom. But my shoulders was like angled a little bit, so I was leaning a little bit. I was a lean back. I'm just gonna have to be bent up, honey. I'm just gonna have to be bent because I was like, no, baby. When I tell you I hollered and screamed, I just got out of major back surgery and you gonna steal my pain meds that I need, huh? What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Asian Mikkel, back in the flesh, back in the cut with another freaking video. If you're new to see, I need to fix that. We gonna get into that. If you're new to see my face, hello, I'm Asian Mikkel. I literally just said that. I'm a Leo. I'm 23. Make sure you watch to the end of the video. And if you're feeling me messing with my vibe, go ahead and hit that red subscribe button on your way out and come back for some more, honey, because who wouldn't? We're such a vibe over here, honey. Yes, ma'am. If you're not new to see my face, what's up, what's good, what's tea, what's going on, what's poppin', sis? Welcome back to my channel, y'all. So in today's video, I'm just about to probably just fix my hair because that's what I was planning on doing anyways, but I'm gonna be talking about my scoliosis journey and surgery and giving y'all an update on my life currently with the spinal infusion. I had posted a video on Instagram of me dancing, doing the little shamar dance, and it went viral a little bit.
He needs some milk.
Hold on, my throat dry. Hold on. That Kool-Aid gonna hit every time, honey. Yes, ma'am. Y'all know I keep a drink in every video, okay? But I was doing the shamar dance and I was telling what it said on the video. I don't think I posted on here. I probably did. I'm not sure. If not, I'll post it on here. I'll go back and check after this video and I'll post it if I have it. But me doing the shamar dance, I was like, yeah, I used to be shaped like an S or something like that, and I had 2 rods and screws in my back, and it went viral, and a whole lot of other people was like, oh, I had a spinal surgery too, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, let me just talk about it because I just want to see if there's other people out there my age, particularly my color, particularly. I'm just being realistic. I just want to see if there's other people out there like me that has had this surgery and had this experience in their life before, because I know it is other people out there in the world, but I don't really see too many of us talk about their journey on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok and nothing like that. I don't really hear nobody talk about their experience, their surgery and stuff. So I'm going to talk about my experience. So if you can relate to this video, make sure you hit the like, make sure you comment down below, and also subscribe, join the film. We're such a vibe over here, honey. Yes, ma'am. And check out my other content. Keep up with me, okay? Stay up to date. Go binge watch me. You ain't even gotta binge watch me. Go put me on your TV, honey, and go clean that house, or go cook for them kids or something. Go cook for your man, or do your hair or something, or your makeup or something to my video, and just have it playing in the background. That helps me out. Either or, it helps me out. You feel me? I'm gonna tell y'all ahead of time right now, I don't really have a lot of pictures like that because I used to be insecure about my body back then. So I never really was a picture type of person. I'm more of a video type of person. So I take more videos of myself than I take pictures of myself anyways. It's not due to insecurities. It's just, I don't know, that's my preference. But back then I used to be insecure about my body before the surgery and a little bit after the surgery, which I'll get into a little bit whenever we start the story. And not the story, whenever I get ready to tell y'all. But yes, I don't really have a lot of pictures. I only was able to find one x-ray. I tried to go to my charts to see if I can locate any of my like surgery x-rays and stuff like that before like my surgery, and it won't let me access it. I think it's because I was a child at the time whenever I had the surgery done. Like I was only probably like 16. I was 16 years old whenever I had that surgery done. So I don't have access to it, or maybe it deleted. I'm not really too sure, but I was not able to find it. But I was able to find another x-ray of the rods and also the screws and the placement of them. So, and I also put a picture of what my scar and everything looks like now. I don't have a picture of what it used to look like. I apologize. I didn't think to keep up with that type of stuff, but this is my story and I hope y'all enjoy it. And if you can relate, leave a comment because I want to know if you've been through the same things. Even if you're not the same, just still comment your experience. I still want to hear everybody's experience. I just don't hear a lot of people of my color talk about their experience, or really talk about like a lot of like life-changing things or huge events in their life happening like on YouTube like that, for real. I don't know. That's just me personally, unless I just don't follow them. But yeah, we're gonna hop straight into this story. This is what I think caused me to have scoliosis, because I didn't have scoliosis beforehand. We used to get checked regularly. My grandmother and mom used to always make sure we was getting checked regularly, and every time we get checked, we get a physical done. And you know, they'll trace their finger along our back and we'll do like a physical. So we never really had, I never had scoliosis, or it wasn't really a problem back then. If I did, you feel me, or they didn't see it back then, or couldn't catch it back then because it wasn't noticeable or whatever. But this is what I think is what gave me scoliosis. So I was a cheerleader. And I was just starting out in 6th grade. I was going to White Knoll High School, and I was doing like the cheer team. I made the JV cheer team, so I was a cheerleader. But they turned me into one of the flyers. Now I was deaf scared of being a flyer because, one, I'm afraid of heights. So at that time, I wasn't riding no roller coasters, no nothing. Like, I was deaf afraid of heights, and you wanted me to be a flyer, for one. And then number two, I wasn't even flexible. Who about to pull their leg all the way up in the air like that? I was not flexible at the time. So I started getting used to becoming a flyer. So we was going to practice. So if you're a cheerleader, then you know what I'm talking about. If not, you're not gonna really understand this part. But you know, when you're cheerleading and you're doing your stunts, the person that's the base, use 2 bases, and it's a back spot, you know, holding the ankles, and you got bases that holding your bottom of your feet, putting you in the air. So this is called a prep. So this was easy. This is slight work for me. Okay, now let me just give y'all a body reference. So, okay, I'm a base. This is prep. Imagine somebody's foot in my hand and they standing up in the air like this. You feel me? That's a prep. Now this is an extension. You feel me? That person is going all the way up in the air. Foot still in your hand, and they still standing up in your hand, and you holding them as a base. And the back spot is holding the ankles like this. I was a flyer. I was the girl in the air doing all that, and yeah, I was doing all that. I'm not really as flexible now because after the surgery, I stopped doing sports and stuff like that, so I lost my flexibility. But I used to be very flexible back then when I was doing cheerleading and stuff, which is why I was getting into it. But yeah, there was just one time at practice, we was practicing extensions. It was our first, well, not our first, it was probably like our second or third time practicing extensions and stuff. So it was our group to get up there and show what we learned. So we, you know, we do our little prep and all that good stuff. And then when it's time to go to extension, I make it to the top. Now, it was a little wobbly when I made it up to the top, but that was because I'm scared of heights. And it was like, maybe like my second time doing it, third time doing it, because, you know, we didn't really have practice like that. The times that we did do it, and we was just, you know, playing around. So we get up there a little wobbly, you feel me, and I make it to the top. So I'm up there like this, but I'm scared as hell. Next thing you know, the girls down there start wobbling my feet, and I fall all the way up from the freaking air, all the way up, like high as hell, all the way up in the air, and I drop, boom, fell on the damn ground. You feel me? So after that, they had to do conditioning, because you at the bottom, you feel me, you already know if you're a cheerleader, once you let the girl at the top fall, you gotta do some type of conditioning or you get in trouble for that shit. You feel me? So they got in trouble for that shit, but that was that. I didn't notice anything like wrong for my back. I was okay, and honestly, that fall didn't even hurt. Like, the shit didn't even hurt. I got up and I started dancing again and tumbling and all that shit. You feel me? I was doing all that. I didn't feel no pain after that. The day after, I was good, so I didn't think nothing much of it. So fast forward to the following year, I had tried out for 7th grade cheerleading, but you already know when you're doing sports, you got to get a physical every year. So I got another physical done at this one particular doctor's office. My pediatrician, she was like, oh, you got a little curvature in your back, and we want to get that looked at, because my shoulders was like, I don't know if y'all can see, but my shoulders was like, they were like this a little bit. It wasn't like this, but my shoulders was like angled a little bit. So it was like my pediatrician had pointed it out. So she made me bend over, touch my toes, and she noticed that my spine was curved. Now, there's a couple different type of curvatures, but the only one that I'm really knowledgeable in is the S curve and the C curve. So I had the S curve. It wasn't really as bad at the time. It was just like, it looked like I had just started or something, you feel me, or something that it been there, but we just haven't noticed it. But like I told y'all in the past, like, we didn't see no wrong with my back when I was a kid growing up before sports. So we didn't have no problems. Even if so, like, I don't know, they could have overlooked it, I'm not sure, but I really feel like I got it from cheerleading. I don't know, y'all let me know your opinion on that, because you could be born with it. Hey y'all, I'm taking a break from the story real quick while I'm editing. It is hereditary. I don't believe it was hereditary in my family because nobody else had it. You feel me? I was the first person known to have scoliosis in my family. So I don't believe it was hereditary in my family. But it can be hereditary in other people's families. For it to just happen to me out of nowhere, it was just like random. You feel me? I don't know. That's just my take, my opinion on it. Let me know yours. But she was like, we're just going to continue to monitor it, and if it gets any worse, we're just gonna send you off to like the spinal doctor, like the, I don't know what you call them doctors. Let me know in the chat what you call them doctors. I can't think off the top of my head, but we're gonna send you to get check, it's X-rays, do. Okay, so my grandma started noticing that my shoulders, like I already told y'all, they was like, it's not really it wasn't really noticeable at the time, but at that time, like it started getting like this. So I was like, I wasn't like bent over like noticeable, but you could tell like I was leaning a little bit. Like I was leaning a little bit. I was a lean back, a lean back, come on, a lean back, lean. Let me see. Shoulder lean. Let me stop. I'm not even funny for real. But anyways, yeah. So we went back to the doctor, and she sent us to the pediatrician, like the spinal doctor or whatnot. So we did some x-rays, and he was like, at this time, I'm 16, y'all. So, but before you turn 18, you still gotta go to the pediatrician. So I was 16, and we went to go get my x-rays done, and the doctor was like, yeah, you do got a little mild case of like scoliosis, but you don't really need the surgery. If you really want the surgery, you can get it. I will give it to you. I would do it for you, but it's not mandatory for you unless it gets worse. But he said we'll monitor it over the time being, let you think about it, but we'll monitor it over the time being, continue to do the x-rays, see if it either stops or slows down. Y'all, I'll pop it in one more time. I forgot to tell y'all that I did have a back brace. It was a zebra print back brace, and it had pink straps. I was able to customize it, and I had to wear it before they just, opted into surgery. They wanted to see if the back brace would slow down the progression of my curve or stop the curve, but I wasn't wearing it as I should have because it was just so detrimental. I was losing sleep. I was crying, trying to go to sleep, crying in my sleep, staying up late, crying because I don't want to go to sleep because it's so painful, and I had to wear it for 8 hours, and I'm doing sports and going to school during the day, and then at home, homework and showering, getting ready for the next day. By that time it's bedtime, so we had to wear it for 8 hours a day. Somebody had asked me in the comments on Instagram, have I ever had the halo? No, I did not have to get the halo. My curve was not that bad for me to get the halo, so we opted for the back brace, and we monitored it for about like 6 months or so to see if it would work or slow down or stop it. It didn't because I wasn't wearing it as I should. It was just it wasn't my preference. I just couldn't handle it. I was losing sleep. I couldn't wear it while I was sleeping. It was just one day I was just ripping it off in my sleep, and I was just like, you know what, F this back brace, I'm not wearing it. We gonna just see whatever God takes us. And sure enough, we went into surgery. We did surgery on my back, and I don't regret it. You feel me? But we kind of already knew it wasn't going to stop or slow down because I'm 16. My body hasn't stopped growing. I still haven't stopped growing yet. I don't think women stop growing until they're like 25 years old. You feel me? So, I still had years to grow. So I was like, still thinking of it. And I was already scared when as soon as he brought up surgery, my heart dropped in my ass because I have not had surgery before. And scoliosis surgery, spinal infusion, that is a major surgery because if anything goes wrong, it can cause you to be paralyzed, or paralyzed on one side or both sides, or whatever the case may be. You feel me? Because you're playing with your back, which is connected to your brain. You feel me? Not your back, your spine, which is connected to your brain, not your back, your spine. So it's a major surgery. So my heart dropped in my ass. I was just off rip. Oh hell no, I'm not getting that. I'm just gonna have to be bent up, honey. I'm just gonna have to be bent because I was like, no. But I was also thinking, like, he was just like, it will be very beneficial for you to get this surgery now, because if you try to get this surgery if you older or an adult, your recovery time is going to be way worse, and it's going to be a way worse, it's not going to be a good journey to go on in the recovery side, on the recovery side, you feel me? And I was just like, okay. just thinking on it, like, you feel me, my grandma, she was letting me make all the decisions for myself. So I'm thankful for that. She let me use my voice and she let me have my voice. She didn't want to make any harsh decision. Now, she already was saying, yeah, she wanted to have the surgery, but you know, she wanted me to be comfortable with it first and all that. So I get a lot of questions in that viral video that I had posted on Instagram, like, girl, I'm gonna take a pause on the story. Girl, how did you get so confident into doing the surgery, or what helped you say yes to the surgery, or you feel me? So I'm gonna just be real with y'all. I was like a weird girl back then. I used to watch open, like, live surgeries and stuff like that. So that's what I used to do. I went on YouTube and I watched scoliosis surgeries, like doctors performing live scoliosis surgeries from beginning to end, to cutting them open and to closing them back up. I used to make myself sit there and watch them shit so I could not be squeamish or freak myself out. And I kid you not, I was watching them for a whole week straight, and I worked myself up the confidence to be like, yes, I want the surgery done. I know I can do it. I did all my research on the recovery time. I was reading up on other people's stories. I just got my mind basically prepared. So it is going to be definitely a mental game, and you have to be mentally strong for the surgery. And you'll understand why once we get later in the story. You got to be mentally strong and have a good support team. So yeah, that's why I had stopped the story, because that leads into the next part of the story. So after I had worked up the courage and worked up the motivation to actually say yes to the surgery, my next doctor's appointment, I was just like, yes, I'm ready. Let's go ahead and set up the pre-op and all that. I'm ready. Like, let's hurry up before I change my mind, though. Like, hurry up. Like, what's up? Like, hurry up before I change my damn mind. Now, in this time, I was still going to school. I was still a cheerleader and stuff like that. So we was trying to aim to do it at the end of this year so I can go ahead and do all my testing and the season would be done. And I ain't got to worry about it. But I was kind of bummed out because I wouldn't be able to cheer my senior year. I wanted to be a cheerleader my senior year, but, you know, things happen. But I'm going to get to that too later on, because you could still do sports. I'm not saying you can't do sports and you can't do the things that you used to do. But I'm just saying it was just me, my person. Like, it was a personal thing. And I'll get into that later. So I was telling him yes to the surgery. My grandma was the green light, so we was good. So we was working on the end of the year, school year, after I do my testing. So I kind of got out of the school year a little bit earlier than everybody else. I think I got out a month earlier. I had my surgery in the month of May 2017, I believe. I was 16. Yeah, so May 2017, right before school end, I had finished all my testing, passed everything. You feel me? I was a 4.0 GPA girl all year round. Middle school all the way, you feel me, senior year, graduated 4.2. Stop playing with your girl. Let me stop. Okay. But yeah, so okay, we're gonna fast forward to like the pre-op appointment. So we go to pre-op and we getting everything situated, and he's going over basically the basic shit, and he's letting me know that it's gonna be an 8-hour surgery. The recovery time is probably gonna be a couple months, 3 to 4 months, but my recovery time was a little bit different, and I would tell y'all my experience why. Everybody experiences it a little bit differently. After that, you'll be straight to do whatever you want to do. But he was telling me also that whenever you get ready to start the surgery, you'll be in the hospital for around like 4 days, 3 or 4 days, just so they can help you get back on your feet, get you walking, make sure everything is good. So he was basically going over all the basic stuff, which they'll probably cover that if you have a surgery, if you're planning. Clearly, if you're watching this video, you probably have scoliosis, or you can relate to this video. And yeah, so I'm just telling y'all midway before the story, you ain't got nothing to worry about. I'm just an over dramatic person. I'm gonna let y'all know that beforehand. I'm an over dramatic person. So after we did the pre-op appointment, they had scheduled me and we had surgery. I had to go to surgery early in the morning because, again, it was an 8-hour surgery. So the doctor wanted to be well rested and he wanted to start early. So we did 6 o'clock. I had to be there by 6 o'clock. We did the scrubbing. I had did my hair like the couple days before. I had put some knotless braids in. My mom had posted an Instagram picture of me, which I posted somewhere on the screen. I look crazy, but I had some like knotless braids I had did. It was like pink, I believe, and I was holding like a little teddy bear. And that was me in the pre-op room. They were just getting me preparing me. I was changing my clothes, getting me set up with the IVs. They had put some medicine in my IV. And I remember them putting some in my IV, and it made me like real loopy, real ha ha ha, he he he, real high. And then that's all I really remember. They wheeled me, and I remember saying bye to my mom and my grandma. And after that, I woke up into the post-op room. my doctor came in there. I was high off medication anyway, but I remember kind of what he said. He was like, "You did so amazing. You was talking to me after the surgery." Mind you, I don't remember nothing after the surgery. I don't remember talking to you. He was like, "I was tickling your feet to see if you still had feeling in them. You was tickling them and moving them around for me." I was like, "I don't remember none of this, sir. Like, this is scary. What did y'all give me? What did you give me, sir?" But after surgery, my face was so puffy because you lay on your face for 8 hours a day. So, of course, all the blood is going to rush to your face. But it was so puffy, y'all. It was so freaking puffy. And I was in the hospital for 4 days. 4 or 5 days. I'm not really too sure. But I was in there for around 4 days. And you cannot lay on your back at all. You cannot lay on your back. And if you do lay on your back, you better have some help around you to help you get up, because I promise you, I did that one time before when I made it home, like after I got home and shit like that, and it was horrible. I had to have, it felt like sleep paralysis. Like, it feels like you can't move, but the rest of your body is moving, but just your chest won't move. That's how it felt. It's kind of like sleep paralysis, you feel me? So just don't lay on your back. So after surgery, you gotta lay on your sides. I had like 2 drains in my back, one on this side, one on this side. So I had 2 open wounds, like small incision with drains in it, and I also had I still had a catheter in. Keep that in mind, because that's that part coming up too, that experience. So yeah, I had a catheter in, and of course after surgery, I just slept the rest of the day. Like, I was just out of it. I was high as hell. I was out of it. I was just gone. And they gave me a little button I could push for pain meds anytime that I want. So yeah, kind of sound like the epidural. Honestly, I don't know if they didn't give me the epidural, but it sounds like the epidural, because the epidural do the same thing. But it wasn't an epidural button. But it gave me a little button I can pump, and they can turn it up if I need more pain meds or whatnot. So the next day, they get you up and walking, sis. They started you sitting in a chair where they help you get up out of bed, because you got to get up out of bed slow, and they help you stand up. Baby, the first time, I was dizzy as hell. I was about to pass out. I was about to faint. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, the doctor said it's normal for that to happen, for you to feel faint or lightheaded when you first get up and, back and moving. So they set me back down, and I was like, okay, we could do some standing up. So I stood in that one position, and then I got to sit in a chair. They have you sitting in a chair for like 30 minutes to an hour, and then they have you walking around the hallways real slow and all that good stuff. So, and mind you, I still have drains in my back, so I have all these things connected to me while I'm like walking, looking like a little granny in the hallways, like, hey y'all, hey. But yeah, so oh, before the surgery, pastor did come and pray for me. My grandma had to pastor damn near half the damn church to come into the damn hospital to come pray for me in that damn room. Like, girl. But I get it. I understand. I'm still grateful for that. But day 2 was kind of hard for me, because, you're doing all that moving and stuff. Day 3 was a little bit easier for me, and that's when I had got my drains removed and my catheter. My catheter got removed before I had to get up and move out of bed. Let me tell y'all about that before I tell y'all about day 3. I had to get that catheter removed. Ain't no pain meds, no nothing. Just raw pull it out. Baby! When I tell you I hollered and screamed, I didn't care. I didn't care who hurt me. I didn't care at all. That shit hurt. That shit was burning and it hurt. But not to scare y'all or anything. It was a quick pain. Like I told y'all before, I'm an overly dramatic person. I'm very dramatic. Like, I kid y'all not, I'm so freaking dramatic. It was like, I promise you probably get it done and you probably like, girl, that girl in the video was being over dramatic for no reason. Yeah, I was over dramatic. I told y'all before that. So yeah, I feel like I was doing the most, but I don't know, that was a pain I had never felt before. Like, that felt weird and uncomfortable. And it stung. Like, it was stinking, burning. I didn't like that when she was doing it. But day 3, back to day 3, I still have the drains in my back. Now, they didn't come out and pull the drains out of my back until like later on in that evening, around like 7 or 8 o'clock. Now, mind you, I was not eating no hospital food, but I tried that on like day 2, after like the second day. And I could not. I was getting Chinese food and Taco Bells and McDonald's and stuff. Yeah, I was not about to play that. It was time to get them drains taken out, baby. I know I wasn't being dramatic on this part, because you got to think about it. It's an open wound and it's raw skin. raw meat from the inside. Like, you can feel that shit. I kid you not. Like, bro, when I tell you, I'm not even trying to scare you. Please don't get scared. I'm just being open and real and honest with you. Just don't get scared, because everybody's experience is different. Everybody's pain tolerance is different. So keep that in mind. But for me, honey, I was like, when she took out that first drain, I thought it was just gonna be like a breeze. I thought I was gonna be able to feel it, but it was like the drains in my lower back, like, you know. I said, oh hell no. Like, I was screaming, I was hollering, I was crying. And then she was like, all right baby, we just gotta take out the second one. I was like, hold up baby, let me breathe first. You just took the, hold up, give me a second. I didn't have nobody in the room with me. My grandma was at work, so I was basically in the hospital by myself. But they was still, my family was still coming to check in on me every now and then when they could and stuff like that. My siblings did. The pastor did come back around again, and a couple of the church folks, my grandma brought people that I don't even know. They'd be like, oh, I see you, I see you grow up. I've never seen you a day before in my life. Like, I kid you not, I've never seen you a day before in my life. But that's how it be. Like, lady, I ain't never seen you before, but apparently you know me, so thanks. I was getting gifts and flowers and stuff. Like, people just giving me so much support. So after they took the drains out, they put the gauze on it, and I basically had to wait for them to close up by themselves. They didn't stitch them up or nothing like that. They eventually closed up by themselves, and I still had stitches going down my back, and I had gauze. Like, so I had tape on my back and stitches underneath. So I had to wear that for about a couple days before I could get them removed. I could not shower, so I was washing up in the sink because, baby, I was already not showering in that hospital. And I was on my period, too. Girl, no ma'am, I don't play about hygiene. I do not play about my hygiene, boo. And I was already smelling like a little musky, and you know, no, hell to the no, boo. I was forcing my people to help me take cold baths whenever I went back home. So when I get back home, at this time I didn't have my own room or nothing. We were staying in an upstairs apartment, 2-bedroom with like 5 other of my siblings and my mama. So we all had to share a room. So at this time I was staying on the couch, and nobody was allowed on the couch or allowed really in the living room like that while I was in. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. While I was in like recovery mode, you feel me? So I want to say, first off, right off for the first day, you know, doctors send you home with some pills. They send you home with medication. Strong medication, like the good shit, you feel me? Why one of the people in my household, one of the adults, I'm not gonna call nobody out or give any hints, but I think I know who it is. One of them helpers done stole my damn good pills, my good pain pills, stole them. How fucking considerate was that? I just got out of major back surgery, and you gonna steal my pain meds that I need, huh? How dare you? Whoever, which one of you all did it? You feel me? Y'all had me up around that time, because not only was I was in pain, I had to wait for my doctor to approve the medication, because ain't no doctor just gonna give out no good pain meds. We all know that. You really have to go through like a surgery or something like that in order to get those type of pain medication. So why would you steal this? So I had to wait 2 hours on top of that, on top of the pain that I was already dealing with. And I had to wait to get pain meds the following day. So I had to sleep I couldn't even sleep throughout the night, really. But I was so dang tired from being in the hospital. I was just asleep. But I really, like, mentally, I couldn't sleep. So my mama had to wake up in the morning and go get my medication. As soon as I got there, baby, I popped one. Like, I had to have one. The recovery road for me, it was a little bit longer. I was really down for a whole year. Other doctors said 6 months. My doctor said 3 or 4 months. Baby, I was still down at 3 or 4 months. Like, I still needed assistance. I still needed help walking. I really wasn't even getting out the house like that. Like, my summer was canceled. Like, I didn't do nothing the whole summer. Mind you, I had got my surgery in May. I didn't do nothing the whole summer. The rest of the year, I was done. I was put up. You feel me? And that shit was that. I didn't start working until the following year. Until probably I made a year post-op. I didn't start working. And even if so, like, it would still affect my life a little bit because I'm still a year post-op. Forgive me, I left out another important information. After surgery, I did have to do physical therapy. But look, okay, don't judge me. I stopped physical therapy because they was doing too much. Like, I'm fresh out of surgery and you want me to bend and touch my toes? No, like, I went to therapy for about, I want to say about 3 or 4 months until I was like, I feel like I was getting back to myself and shit. I was like, you know what, bump therapy. Just like I said, bump that back brace. I said bump therapy, but don't be like me, y'all. Go wear your back brace if your doctor tell you to wear your back brace, and go to therapy if your doctor tell you to go to therapy. I'm gonna be getting back into things like that, like probably next year, and doing more x-rays of my back so I can give y'all more updates on it. But other than that, like, I only went to therapy for a couple months. They only send you to therapy for a couple months anyways. I was already almost done, to be honest. I only had like a month or two left, or maybe like three more months left. So I was just like, you know what, I'm done. Okay, I ain't had time for this. I had to go like damn near like twice a week, I believe, to go to therapy, and I was there for like an hour. And you want me to bend and touch my toes? You want me to damn near sprint? No, get somebody else to do it. So when I'm working, I couldn't sit up for a very long time because my back was feeling heavy. Couldn't stand up for a long time because my back was feeling heavy. I was still trying to make myself get out of the house. Like when people was going to the grocery store, I'd be like, I'll come to the grocery store just so I can walk around the store, just to move my legs around, get my body adjusted to the rods that's in my back. So I got 2 rods on each side of my spine, and I got like 18 screws, which I include a picture of that, of an x-ray of the screws and the rods itself, so y'all can see the placement. Now there is still a little bit of a curvature at the bottom, but they already told me, they already seen it. I've been having for years, and clearly it's not going to grow anymore. Praying to God it don't grow anymore. But even if so, it shouldn't cause me any issues. It don't cause me any issues. Don't really complain about back problems unless I'm on my cycle, and that's normal PMS symptoms, you feel me? But other than that, my back don't really bother me anymore. Now the doctor did say it will take a while for your nerves to start regenerating themselves and get back to normal. So it's gonna feel like pins and needles in your back, which that is true. It definitely feels like somebody is stabbing your back, but that's just your nerves trying to revive themselves, regenerate itself, and repair themselves. That's just your nerves trying to get back alive. So that's the only thing that like brought me down, because it would just happen like sporadically. It would happen randomly, you feel me? And I would be like in the middle of doing something, and it would happen like randomly or something like that. But other than that, it was fine. I did go to the doctor, get the stitches removed, the tape removed, and it was just so cringy to me. It wasn't really a bad experience doing that. I was just a very dramatic person. It was just very tedious for me, and I just don't like, it was just very sensitive. Like I was just very sensitive to people touching my back after the surgery. So it was just very cringy to me. I was just ready for her to hurry up, get the shit done with. But afterwards, I was good to go with showering and all that good stuff. Good to go to work, all that good stuff. Now, how it affects me, like, now I don't really have any issues. I still get to move around like as I should. I still dance. I be doing like trends and dances on TikTok. Sometimes I post them on here, sometimes if I can remember. But back to my cheerleading, I know a lot of people still be doing sports right after they do their spinal infusion surgery and they all healed up. Me personally, I don't play by my back, and I don't even let nobody really hug me like that or touch my back, because I just don't play by my back. Like I'm just so like, don't touch me. Like I don't know if that's, I don't want to say that's an insecurity, because I've grown to love my scar and my body and stuff, my new body. I've grown to love it, so I don't want to say it's an insecurity, but I don't want nobody touching me. Like I don't know. I don't know. I'm a big what if person. And I know that's bad, but that's just the truth of it. It's reality of it. I'm a big what if person, and usually a lot of my what if speaks into reality. So I just leave me alone. Don't touch me. That's just me. But yeah, I actually did consider getting back into sports. Don't get me wrong. Like I was doing my research on that, like how many people getting back into sports and stuff like that after their spinal infusion. I was actually watching girls, like cheerleaders, after their spinal infusion surgery, still tumbling, still doing like being flyers, still doing being a base or a back spot, like still doing a competitions and dancing and shit. It's just like, I don't know. I just don't want to do all that. I didn't want to do all that flipping. And you got to also think about it. That adds extra weight. Like it's an extra weight in your body. And flipping all that, no, I'm good. You gotta have some good upper body strength. I didn't have that at the time because, of course, recovery. I lost my flexibility. I lost my upper core strength. That's when I started growing a little tummy pudge, because all I was doing is sleeping, eating, sitting, and that's it. I wasn't doing nothing else. I was barely working like that until like a year later. But yeah, how it affects me now, it don't really affect me now. I still have certain parts of my back where I don't I can't really feel, like it feels weird to the touch. Like if somebody touch it, it just cringe to me. Like it just feels weird. Like please don't touch me. Like that's just so uncomfortable. Like it's not uncomfortable, it's just a weird feeling. Like ugh. But like I can still feel my back. My scar has got very thin, so don't be scared you're gonna have this big old scar on your back. No, it's gonna thin out throughout the years. My scar didn't really start thinning out until a little bit before I moved into my apartment and I made my moving apartment series and stuff like that, which my doctor did say it wasn't going to be a thick scar, it was going to be a small little tiny hair. And I do need to go get it checked, make sure everything's okay, but I haven't had any problems really. The only time I really only have problems is when I'm picking up something or I'm doing too much. Like if I'm doing too much cleaning or doing too much around the house or whatever the case may be, or picking up something heavy. Sometimes my screw would rub up against my shoulder blade a little bit and it will start a little pain in my shoulder blade, the back of my shoulder blade back here, and I would have it. It'll hurt for me to move around a little bit, so that's my cue to calm it down. I already got it looked at and he was like, it's nothing to worry about. If they was something to worry about, they would have to cut me open again. And I was just like, I definitely don't want that shit to happen again. Like I don't want to ever have to have another major surgery like that, like for real. Like, and I'm also glad that I got it at a young age, because when you're older, you do run into more complications and you do run into more risk, and you definitely have to have a good support system, because my family never really seen me naked growing up. Like as a kid, yes, we took showers and baths together as siblings and with our mom and stuff like that. That's just that. But as we got older, like it was like 13, 14, that's when you start showering and stuff by yourself. So you gotta think about it. Like I'm letting y'all see everything, y'all helping me in the shower, wash. Like I gotta really trust y'all. But my people really came through for me. My cousin helped wash me. I believe my sister had helped wash me before. My sister always stood by my side. Like my sister don't play by me. Like my sister still to this day do not play by me. Like anytime, like my sister, everybody be like, oh, don't let your people fight your battles. No, my sister didn't give a fuck about none of that, because she already knew about my back and the seriousness about it. So she just really didn't play by my back either. Like she was like me about my back. Like she didn't want nobody touching me. She didn't want nobody hugging me. Like my sister was very overprotective of me. She still kind of is. She done got a little mean, but she still kind of is a little bit protective. I still love her down. She still supports me. She be sharing my videos and stuff. Shout out to my sister. I would recommend the surgery. It's like, especially if you're young, I say go for it. If you got you a good support system, it's definitely a mental challenge. I kid you not. Like I was insecure about my body afterwards. I was really insecure about the scar. Like I didn't want to wear my back out. I was wearing shirts. I didn't want to wear like crop tops or nothing like that. Like, but I grew to love my scar and I grew to love myself. That comes with self-care and self-love, and you gotta work on yourself and work on your mental. And I eventually worked on myself and I did that. But that's the recovery time. You gotta be mentally strong. Like you have to be mentally strong for recovery time. Like, and you gotta have you a good support system, because you're not gonna be able to do everything by yourself at least the first month or two by yourself. I kid you not. You're still gonna need help. It's still gonna be hard to be standing on your feet throughout the day. Like after a month, you still gonna you can't stand on your feet for long, because then your back gonna start aching. You gonna have to sit down and rest, or lay down and rest. Sometimes, still to this day, sometimes I have to just lay down on my back and just relax and just like relax my back. That's just what I do sometimes, and just take some stress off of my back, on my spine and stuff like that. But yeah, other than that, I have nothing else really to say. That's really my scoliosis journey, like my spinal infusion surgery as well. That's just that. If y'all have any questions, if you've had scoliosis, and when I say had, that means you had the spinal infusion to correct it, let me know your story down below. Let me know if you can relate to any parts of my story. Let me know if you got scoliosis currently, if you scared to talk about it, if you scared to get the surgery. Let me know in the comment section. I could probably answer some of your questions in another video, or I'll answer them in the comments with y'all. We can start up a little comment, like a little, you know, a little conversation or whatever case may be. But just let me know. I'm very open, and I'm trying to be more open with my life as well, because I don't know, I'm very secretive, and that's just because of trauma and past events. But I'm trying to learn how to break out of that by going to therapy and stuff, because I be going to therapy every now and then, and I'm trying to break out of like the trauma bonds in the past and stuff. So I definitely trying to open up more on my YouTube channel, more about my life, the inside about my life, and that's just going to be that. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and leave it a big old like. Go ahead and leave it a like, honey. Comment down below. Drop your blue butterflies down below if you made it already all the way to the end, honey. Yes, ma'am. And make sure you hit the subscribe button. Turn on that bell on the side to be notified every time I post it. Don't miss a beat, baby, period. Yes, ma'am. I'm filming this on Snapchat right now. Don't mind this. I got a camera, but I did not feel like waiting for it to charge. Okay, I got other stuff to do. I got to go to the store today. I'm trying to decorate. Go to Dollar Tree and decorate for Halloween and Thanksgiving. Decorate the house, the outside of the house and stuff. I'm trying to, you know, I'm gonna make a video of that, or like a little shorts video. But yeah, I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for the support. Thank you so much for all the new supporters. I'm gonna catch y'all later. Your girl is out. Bye. Oh, make sure y'all go follow me on my platforms. It'll be linked down below in my description under my beacons. Go follow me on Instagram and follow me on TikTok, okay? Keep up with me because I do post a lot on there. And make sure you come on my channel and watch my short videos too, because I know a lot of y'all don't be on Instagram, and I know a lot of y'all don't use TikTok either. So I be trying to post a lot of my videos on here too. So make sure y'all keep up with me. Turn on that bell to be notified, period. I'm gonna catch y'all later. Deuces.